So I know that I've been saying that we're on the last planet soap for like the last 3 planet soaps, and it's never true. Today it is true. We're doing the last planet soap, and that's awesome. And I'm going to tell you all about the Soap and Clay Kidlets research, what the planet is, and all of the jazz in just a minute. But before I do, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you are here for day 339 of 365 days of soap, and today we are doing the last planet soap. We are doing Neptune, and that's awesome. Now, Neptune was actually very interesting with the Soap and Clay Kidlets and their research and everything. It was very wild because, one of them said it should be blue and the other one said it should be yellow, and one of them said it's really cold and the other one said it's really hot. And so it was really wild, actually, and I ended up having to, okay, so what are we reading that there's all this conflicting information? And it became actually kind of fun when it was all said and done. And so that's what we are doing today, is showing you all of the fun and the design that they ultimately came up with, as well as chit-chatting about the planet Neptune. So we should get to that, now, over there. Okay, so many weird things going on in this video. One, I'm showing you the micas that I'm using. So I'm going to use all matte micas. We're going to do some Twilight. And we're going to do some Peacock, and I think we're also doing Aphrodite. And the reason I'm showing you these is because my camera did weird things, and it didn't show that the pour had recorded or that the mixing had recorded, and so that was really strange to me. So we are using a combination of things for this. Wintergreen spearmint plus Madagascar spice. Anything else? Is that it? No, they're definitely using, yep, plus black pepper bergamot. Now, the reason that we're using this combination is because the Soap and Clay Kidlets, they had so much fun, talking about the last planet in the planetary line, you guys. It's crazy. And there was like an all-out war between the two of them, because they're giving me facts about, Neptune, and they're like, hey, it's this and it's that, and we'll get into all the this and the that, but Soap and Clay Kidlet number 1 was like, it's 200 degrees. And I'm like, well, I thought that, and the Soap and Clay Kidlet number 2 was like, no, it's the coldest planet. And I'm like, well, 200 degrees is not cold. So I don't understand. And they were like fighting so bad with each other at this point, and I'm like, you know what, that's fine, let's make it smell hot and cold, right? And so we have black pepper, hot, Madagascar spice, hot, wintergreen, cold, bergamot, cold. And so that's where this scent blend was born, really. Now, we are going to do a 4-color swirl for all of this, because the Soap and Clay Kidlets were very much, hey, this is a blue planet. It's blue. It's light blue and it's dark blue. And then Scout was like, but there's a spot of white. And Soap and Clay Kidlet number 1 was like, no, there's a spot of dark blue. They were just on one. When we did this, they were just on one. But I think that might have had something to do with, we had a big movie night the day before, and they didn't really sleep at all, so they were just cranky in general. But yes, so I was like, well, how about we do light spots, light blues or dark blue spots and white spots? Let's see, because they'll all be different. We're pouring them into a column. So I'm trying to like referee something that started out and was legitimately a ton of fun for, you know, the entire year of the first year of the channel or whatever, and then it ended up being not as fun this one day with the last planet, because they just fought. But they did want me to tell you things about all of this. Neptune is in fact the coldest planet in the solar system, and this whole thing about 200 degrees or whatever, Soap Clay Kidlet number 1 missed the little minus. It's minus 200 degrees, right? So coldest planet ever. And also it's super windy, which is why it's blue, according to Soap Clay Kidlet number 2. That was her logic, and I went, okay, we can get behind that for sure. Sounds good. And Neptune has a lot of rings, kind of like Saturn. So I definitely wanted to get some rings in all of this for sure. And what else about Neptune did they want me to tell you? The gravity, the gravitational pull is, just slightly more than Earth, actually. So farthest planet from the sun, slightly more gravitational pull than Earth, which is pretty cool. And that's awesome. And what else did they say? Oh, they said that Neptune ate its moon, which is interesting. I didn't realize that was just something that you could do. So that's fun. And I actually wonder how they made the determination that the gravitational pull is the same as Earth. I find that very interesting. Because to my knowledge, I don't think anybody has ever got close to Neptune, right? Oh, and look at the clumpies. So yeah, this is a combination of things really, but I think the biggest thing at play here is that Madagascar spice. If any of you are ever interested in wondering what that Madagascar spice smells like from Nature's Garden, as well as what it soaps like this, regardless of how much you put in it. It gets clumpy and rices and does gross things, and it actually smells terrible on its own. You have to mix it. So just pass on that. It sounds like it might be cool, but I'm telling you, just pass on it. It's not anything that you're ever going to enjoy unless you're mixing it with things. And if you mix it with things, it can be nice. But again, just don't do it. But yeah, we are going to give this a little swirly swirl thing, because like we started the channel out with Mars and we're going to end it with Neptune, essentially doing the exact same type of pour, just with different colors. So this is ready to get poured into the column, and we can watch all of that awesomeness transpire, right now. Now on to the super quick pour of this guy. And because again, it's an in the pot swirl that we did, and we did some swirly swirls with the skewer, and then it's all going to just pour into the thing. And as that is coming out, I am looking at that going like, wow, that actually would have been a really good Earth. So, keep that in mind. But I still love the Earth 2020 bars. The only bar that the Soap Prentice has done for the planetary line was the Earth bar, and it ended up kind of a dumpster fire, and I thought it was perfect because it was during 2020, and we're still kind of in 2020 as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, it fit. But this is totally ready to go into the oven for C-pop and gel, and we will cut into this, tomorrow. Now on to the cut. We have not actually talked about the oils that went into this. So this is actually just my current big bubble blend for my master batching. So it is basu and coconut. That makes up 70% of the batch, and the remaining 30 is olive oil and castor. And castor is at 7% with all of this, so the rest of it is olive oil. And onto this cool cut. Now there's definitely rings, and there's also a couple little holes. No, that doesn't make sense. That's actually the bottom of the bar. That's interesting that there were holes in the bottom of the bar, in the bottom of the mold. That is wild, but they're really cool. Lots of cool rings. A little bit of greening going on, and that would be the Madagascar spice because it does discolor. But I was showing the Soap and Clay Kidlets at this point, like, look, check it out. They were so excited. They thought it was perfect, and that's really all that matters with all of it, because again, were making their soap. They got to do all of the cool, research on the planet, and then they decide what it looks like and what it smells like, and all of the jazz. And so they approved of it, which means it's great. This scent blend, actually, this mixing of the Madagascar spice and the wintergreen and the black pepper bergamot, delightful. Oh, and look, there's Scout's white spot for sure, and we have some blue spots in almost all of them. So they both got what they wanted there. But yeah, the scent blend is good. That was a really good mixture for sure. And it's both warm and cold at the same time, which totally makes sense with the Soap and Clay Kidlets and their little bickering over whether it was a hot or cold planet. But yes, that's Neptune. That is the last bar in the planetary line, which has been a year in the making, and it's super wild. Like, wow, it's a lot of planets. Did the moon, did the sun too, plus all the planets. And it was all just an absolute joy to experience this with the Soap and Clay Kidlets, and watch their soapy ideas, kind of come to life. And that is day 339, Neptune. And there it is, Neptune, the new and final soap in the whole planetary line, and that's awesome. Now, because it is the final soap, the Soap and Clay Kidlets have been holding on to a few from every batch that we've made over the last year, and they want to do a giveaway. And so this is what we have here. We have 3 boxes of all, how many are in here? I mean, I know how many planets there are, but we also did the sun and the moon and all of the jazz. We have 3 planet sets. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 soaps in total, including Neptune, the cinnamon wintergreen. It's really hotly cold. It's a real thing, apparently. Yeah. So we have the whole set. We have all of the soaps. We have 3 of these that we will be giving away. Now, because the Soap and Clay Kidlets are actually super good at this whole YouTube thing and this promoting thing and all of the jazz, they insisted that we don't just give them away at random. So they have decided that once we hit 7,000 subs on the YouTube channel, we'll do a community post, and we'll pick 3 people to get a box of the soaps that they designed. And so you can just be part of the whole, the education of my children thing, really, because they learned all kinds of things about the planet line. I got to spend time with my kids and learn stuff with my kids, because actually I didn't know a lot of this stuff either. And yeah, we will be giving away 3 of these once we hit 7,000 subs. And the reason they chose 7,000 is because one of them is 6 and the other one is 8. And so they wanted to go down the middle. That was their logic. So there you go. And if you are interested in the Neptune soap, which currently are the only soaps that we have available for sale, because again, they were reserving from all of the planet soaps, and so the rest of them are all gone, except for these 3 boxes of the full sets. You can find them at soapandclay.com. Neptune, not the rest of them. If you are interested in more soapy antics and seeing what else we get up to for the rest of year 1, subscribe to the channel. That would be cool. If you have any ideas about themes and stuff to do for year 2, that would also be cool. Drop me a line. That'd be fun. Yes. If you are interested in following me on social media, I'm there. Words, things, subscribe, follow. All of that. Yes. Check. For my subscribers, for my sudsers. Hey, thank you. I appreciate you each and every day for joining me for another round of 365 days of soap. I'm out of here for today. I will see you guys all again tomorrow. Bye.